What's up, pack members? It's your later Spirit Elf here. Welcome to another video. So this time I'm in LEGO DC Supervillains because I want to show off some customs I made. So the customs I have made are for Death Riders, an original series that I came up with. So what is Death Riders? Well, when dangerous threats such as supernatural horrors and experimental crazies threaten the city, a group of friends team up and give in to their inner badass to become a total badass fighting freedom fighter team, the Death Riders. So I'm going to be showing off all the characters I came up with. Now, just so you know, for most part of the heroes, they do go by their code names, not their real names. But whatever the case, let's get started. So let's get started with my avatar, which is this guy, Road Wolf. Yes, I have two of them right now. And I'm staying right in front of the motorbike because I think it fits him. So, pretty much, as you can see, he has the leather jacket design and padded jeans, and just a logo in the middle. I just thought that looked kind of cool. Well, and of course, he has his gun or weapon choice, which is the revolver. He shoots it, which is pretty cool. He has a targeted lunge, which is pretty cool. But yeah, because obviously, he's a little bit of a beast. I think we can lock on to anything. Doesn't look like it. At least maybe I'm just too far away. Well, that's a way to do it. Now let's see. Press the buttons, anything, and he also throws a boomerang. Pretty cool. But yeah, Road Wolf, he's the leader of the Death Riders, and he is pretty cool. And I'll have to drive around the city and just at the end of the video. But this is the motorbike I picked for him. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's move on to our next character. And it is Godspeed Biker. So this is Godspeed Biker. He is my best friend, otherwise known as Blaster. As you see, he has his much more technological based gun, which he does shoot. He also has a drone, because he's the brains of the group. Pretty cool. Then, let's see. He has detective mode because he's a smarter character. And his gun also doubles as a heat ray, which is pretty cool. But, yeah. So, because he's a smarter character, so he improved his gun a little bit. And of course, his leather jacket is a little bit different. He's a little bit more, religious than, Road Wolf is, hence the name Godspeed Biker. But, yeah, and his jeans are normal, so, yeah. But, yeah, Godspeed Biker. What would his vehicle be? Well, let's see. Perhaps this right here. Just, a little bit of a faster bike, because there's not many normal looking motorbikes in this game, as you can see. And this is a secondary profile if it wasn't obvious already. So that's why I don't have that, but that's okay, we don't need it. But yeah, Godspeed Biker, pretty cool character, he's awesome. Next character is Striking Dragon. And this is the first character that's actually not a biker, he's actually more of a savage. And he is on the team. This is my good friend Alan, otherwise known as Spire Dragon on YouTube, and the guy of many names on Discord. But obviously he does not have a gun. He has two swords. They're supposedly knives, but that's the best bet we got. And so he fights with them, which is pretty cool. He too has a targeted lunge. He also throws explosives. Oh, I guess that's all he does. And he also double jumps, because you know, he's like a ninja. So yeah, pretty cool. And he doesn't really have a vehicle since he's, you know, mainly an on-foot traveler. But, you know, it doesn't mean he won't hitch a ride on any car he finds, which is pretty cool. But yeah, Dragon Striker, or Striking Dragon. Badass character, gotta love him. Next up is the Dread Damsel. Now this is the only female member on the Death Riders. This is, well, who you probably know as Jessica. So, yep, obviously, you know, she has that, well, like dread looking outfit to her. And she also has the claws, which are obviously technological gauntlet claws that she's created. And so she fights using them, which is pretty cool. Pretty awesome. See? She too with a target lunge. Ooh, that made a mess. She also has a destroyer mode, which is pretty cool. And she also has a rush strike, so yep, pretty cool. But yeah, Dread Damsel. Oh, don't underestimate this female. She is strong. Anyway, moving on. Next up we have the Street Hawk. So this is my good friend Carlos. So obviously he has more of a, like, almost like flight suit more than anything. And you know, he fights with a bow and arrow rather than a gun. So he obviously shoots the bow and arrow. And he can just generate arrows from his backpack, so pretty cool. And kind of like Striking Dragon, he does not have a vehicle. He really just, well, travels on foot. Or technically he climbs to tops of buildings and then he glides, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else he can do. He has detective mode because he can see like a hawk. And I think that's about it. And in fact, now I think about it, there's actually, forgot to show off the vehicle for Dread Damsel. So Dread Damsel's vehicle would be, well, this right here. So her vehicle is quite a bit bigger than the others, but you know, I mean, what can you expect if it's, you know, a fictional universe? Yep, that's Dread Damsel's vehicle. Pretty cool. Anyway, so next up we have the Tag Jammer, who's the final member of the team. This is my good friend Silent Wolf, or Cow on Discord, yeah. So obviously he has a fast movement to him. And, well, so he moves really fast. The reason being is he's not a super speedster. None of these characters have superpowers. The only reason why he's speeding like that is because he's supposed to be on skates, so he can obviously move much faster than normal. And hence why he's on skates, he does not have a vehicle of his own. He's just kind of his own little thing. But anyway, he does shoot his guns really fast. This is like the explosive kind of shot that he has. And he can also target with them, which is pretty cool. Then hold down the button, and he sprays paint. So he's, you know, kind of like a graffiti artist to a whole nother level. If you know Beat from Jet Set Radio and Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, that's kind of what he's like. So yeah, say Tag Jammer, really cool character. Anyway, that's just about outfinishes the heroes of Death Riders. So now we're going to move on to the enemies of the Death Riders. So the first enemy is the Shadow Slinger. So this here is obviously a Western style enemy, and he has a white face because he's, well, like a ghost guy. Well, pretty much like, or skeleton guy, my bad. And pretty much like in the thing, like he disguises himself as a human with the same face, but then when he needs to awaken his supernatural power, his body changes to bones, and yeah, he gains a good bit of supernatural power. So yep. So obviously he's dual wielding his pistols, which he does shoot, which is pretty cool. And he does target with them as well, which is pretty cool. So he develops a force field, which is supposed to like Western dirt, in a way, which is pretty cool. Just a little bit of a supernatural link or something, or tie into what he's based off of. And he also has apparently has a supernatural vision, which I forgot what kind of damage that exactly does, but still kind of cool. And I don't think there's anything else he does. Guess not. Okay, but yeah, Shadow Slinger. Definitely a unique antagonist of the series, so yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. But yeah, Shadow Slinger, nice character. Next up is Scorcher. So he's one of the experimental crazies, and he's more of a cyborg than anything. I mean, he is human, but like after being, like after putting on this suit, like he'll pretty much never be the same again. And so obviously he's another one of the dual wielding weapon users. And so he shoots out of his guns, go figure. Oh, that don't mean do that. And he also has an explosion attack, which is pretty cool. He also throws explosives. Always nice. And of course, he uses his flamethrowers. So, yep. Of course, he's not a Scorcher. Of course he's gonna have flamethrowers. But, yep. Not much to his character, but he's still just kind of unique in his own special way. But yeah, that's Scorcher, so pretty cool character. Next up, we have the Black Reaper, who's actually a really cool character. So this is the Black Reaper, and pretty much he's a really powerful, like supernatural, and kind of like Shadow Slinger. He too has a human form, but then when he needs to take a supernatural form, he gets the like almost demonic or Reaper-looking skull face, like you see under the mask, and yep. He gets pretty dangerous. So obviously he has that like spooky kind of movement to him. So he shoots like his own little like death blast or whatever you want to call him. He shoots another like dark magic beam out of his chest. Pretty cool. He has his own like magic force field, which like all the souls are like just swarming around him. Pretty crazy. And then he also has your basic death magic spell. Pretty cool. Alright. So yeah. Black Reaper. May not seem much at first, but this is one dangerous enemy. Next up, we have the crazy Siren. So this is one of the female enemies of the Death Riders. So she's obviously mentally crazy. So, yep, and yeah, she's crazy. But then, so she shoots blasts of water. And that too. So and a beam of water, or stream of water, whatever I want to call it. And she also has explosion. But the most unique part about her is the vision that she has, where it sparks a bit, and it won't work on Road Wolf because he has a certain kind of health, but usually it would freeze the person who lies away, freezing them in place, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Crazy Siren, mentally unstable, but she's still a really cool villain to have. So yeah, Crazy Siren, she's something. Next up, we have the Swooping Evil. So this is the other female enemy of the Death Riders. So she's another supernatural, and kind of Crazy Siren had a human form. I forgot to mention that. So she's the first supernatural of the enemies of Death Riders to actually not have a human form. She's just 100% purebred supernatural. But yeah, pretty much. She also has her talons, which you see, and she has her wings. So she fights using her talons. Pretty cool. She has a targeted lunge. Yeah, that's a little achievement. Then, let's see. What else is there? Oops, wrong button. She also has detective mode because she has little eyes of a hawk, I guess. And she stretches, I suppose. And she also has a destroyer mode, which is pretty unique. And of course, hence her wings, she flies. So yeah. Obviously, if she has wings, she should obviously be able to fly, so yeah. Pretty crazy. But yeah, Swooping Evil, pretty dangerous enemy, but still kind of cool in her own special way. I can get a good camera angle on her. There. Alright, so yeah, Swooping Evil, pretty cool. And now the final character is Tom. Now, Tom's not truly an enemy of the Death Riders. He's just kind of like his own freedom fighter. I mean, he has helped the Death Riders from time to time, but for the most part, he is doing his own thing. And pretty much, he has the Spartan Spear and the Spartan Helmet, which is pretty cool. And he just fights, using the Spartan Spear. Or, I guess it's a javelin, but whatever. He'll fight supernaturals too. So he's kind of a neutral member of Death Riders. He does his own thing, but that doesn't stop him from helping the Death Riders from time to time. He'll just help those who are in need. And I don't think he does anything else. Oh yeah, he does throw a boomerang though, apparently. He has detective mode, and he also has a drone. So yeah, pretty cool. So, just another kind of one of those characters that are just out there. But yep. So that there was the Death Riders and their enemies. And like I said, let's go and grab this. And let's cause some mayhem in the street, shall we? Yep. And it's okay to crash into cars. We're not here to help people. Well, we're here to help people, but we're not going to bother doing roadside safety, if you know what I mean. Oh, yep, that's the way to do it. I'm usually a lot better at driving in this game than this, but when you're having fun, you gotta do what you gotta do. But anyway, that there was the Death Riders in LEGO DC Supervillains. Pretty cool characters. I'm glad I created them. They may not seem like a lot at first glance, but they're still kind of cool. They're unique in their own special ways, and I imagine they'll be fun in the levels and whatnot. But without further ado, that's just about after this video. So until next time, this is Spirit the Alpha signing out. I'll see you guys back in the pack.